the 80s, in the 90s, occasionally you have stupid statements coming out from certain people. Now this is something normal, right? Somebody, I think Patricia may have posted it, talked about confusion, all the different things in which Malays are said to be confused. Poor Malays, forever confused society, confused about Allah, confused about Taoist shrines, confused about what? Crosses, confused about all kinds of things, right? So this is a discourse unto itself, the discourse of confusion, which is an example of moronic leaders attempting, willingly or unwillingly, knowing or unknowingly, creating a moronic society. The same thing is with regard to creation of myths. It's also another example. So we are gradually being stupefied. And to me, that is something. So what do we do, right? To create a liberating discourse, not only for the poor, the marginalized, for ourselves also, right? In the sense we are in danger of being marginalized as well, right? I mean, okay, I'm not from the Mustadafin in the sense of socio-economic status. In many ways, I'm not. Neither is Patricia, neither are members of the panel. But as, for example, as somebody who has defended the right of Shiites in Malaysia to be recognized as legitimate, right? My kind of discourse is marginal, right? And there will come a time, I hope it doesn't happen, but there will come a time where not only Shiites are persecuted, but those who speak in defense of Shiites get persecuted. Then we become part of the Mustadafin, in a sense. So, how do, my question, and I think this was also raised by Patricia and the other panelists, how do we create a liberating discourse, right? Patricia talked about an example of Farid's pedagogy of the press. We must have a kind of educational framework which provides for education in the mode of a liberating discourse. I'm pessimistic because I think our universities are not up to doing that at all, right? But then we need to look at other possibilities. We've got, I know I'm taking too long, that's another speech. Okay, I'm going to finish. We need to look at other possibilities, like the University Kaki Lima, private universities around, and then forums like this. Draw upon our intellectual resources of the region. Rizal, we talked about other resources just now. I recently wrote a piece on Malcolm X and al-Attas and the development of critical theory. Al-Attas, not me, my father, critical theory for Malay studies. But in this country, our own thinkers are marginalized. My own father is more or less neglected, right? He may be celebrated elsewhere, but he's neglected here in the country. So I think what we should talk about is what can we do to provide the conditions to create a more liberating discourse. So now in Malaysia, we don't have a sophisticated hegemonic ideology, right? The reason is, maybe one reason is, I don't know, but this is, I suppose, suggested by my father, because he was fearful of our society being dominated by a kind of elite that he called jadong, right? Meaning, which is a word that he coined, which comes from three words, jahat, bodoh, dan sombong.